I genuinely don't know what to say about Magneous. He's interesting in the fact that he's like a rock car. That's neat and different and new. He has lots of surface level detail and he looks neat. He looks cool. There's nothing about him that really stands out to me though. That's what has been my hang up about this figure. So I got him a few days ago and I've had some time to play around with him, and there's just something about him. You can do the battering ram mode too, which I kind of think is cool, and it unveils like this secret pickup truck mode, and you can totally just like put stuff in the back of the pickup truck. I kind of really like it. Like this part I do like, and that's my point. There's parts of this guy I do like, and there's parts that just aren't interesting. He doesn't do anything that the other weaponizers do. He doesn't really, in fact, he does it kind of worse than some of the other weaponizers, but he still looks different, and I wanted to give armorizers a chance. Here he is with Authentics Optimus Prime. Here he is with Legacy Crankcase. Reveal the Shield Jazz. Classics Astro Train. And Machine Wars Hoist. All of these for scale. If you like my channel's content, consider supporting it with a channel membership with the join button below. Thank you. Alrighty, let's get the Minecraft player into his robot mode. First, you're gonna want to remove this, and he is like the Junkions where you don't have to like take any parts off to transform him. And there's some really clever bits here. So the first thing that he does is he does the very normal Transformers thing, which is the legs just flip out from the back and then his feet flip down. So instead of flipping out from the inside, they flip out from the top because they form the truck bed. And then we can separate the legs. I will say the joints on mine are incredibly tight, and like they're not like tight, but they're that stiffness that are it's crazy. He just has really good tolerances. Next up, you want to grab right here and open this up and kind of bring them out, and we'll finish that up later. Then you want to flip out the head right there, fold in the wheels, and then you just want to bring this down on its double hinge, the hood down, bring that down on its double hinge, slide it between the shoulders, and push the shoulders forward so they slide onto the tabs. Then from here, you want to push that down, and that's going to click into place. From here, you can rotate the wrist and fold it out, and rotate the wrist. And give him his pickaxe. And there you go. It's a super quick transformation. It takes barely any time, but it's a nice little transformation. And he's big and rocky and chunky, and the back of his head just stabbed my finger. And he's cool looking. He's nice. He's good. It's a good looking robot mode. I really like it. Robot mode on Magneous does look extremely nice. I actually think his robot mode is just like fantastic. It looks cool. The head sculpt is nice and asymmetrical, and I like those golden eyes, man. They really do something for me. I like the details on this guy. The tire chest, the legs are strong and chunky. It's something I like about Transformer design, is when the legs are chunky. And he has pretty simple arms, but everything looks and is cohesive. I really like that he can take advantage of a sword wielder wrist too to point his pickaxe. That looks really cool. Like, this guy clearly is like a hardcore Minecraft player. But there's just not a lot about him I really like, or like that stands out to me. He does have this function where you can totally like stash his arm guards on the back of his legs to fill out spaces on his back, because he is pretty kibble free. For scale, Magneous is pretty short for a deluxe too, and it's very disappointing to see. Here he is with Authentic Soundwave. Legacy Towline, which he's shorter than Towline, I am shocked by. Needle Nose, who dwarfs this guy. Voyager Optimus Prime. Machine Wars Hoist, and of course, channel mascot, Laserfire and Shattershock. Articulation on Magneous is actually pretty good, as you saw in some of those beauty shots. He has a swivel at the head, which is nice. I wish it was a ball joint, but it's just a swivel. Arms rotate 360, they go out that far, bend at the elbow about 90 degrees, and he has a ball jointed wrist, which you can totally take advantage of, as you saw, to kind of get like a sword wielder wrist. The good thing about him being all rock detail means that you can rotate his arms and get pretty decent looking sword wielder poses. He has a full waist swivel. His legs go forward about that far. They go back a little more than 90. Go out about a little more than 90. Swivel at the thigh. full knee articulation because of transformation. His ankles do go back a little bit, like there's actually a dedicated like backwards hinge. They can go forward a little bit, and they do have a slight pivot. So really, really solid posability on this guy. I quite like him. Overall, I want to like Magneous. I want to like him, and I want to think he's cool. And there's parts of him I do think he's cool, but he's just kind of boring. He's average. Like, if you're really into the Rock Lords or really into the Fossilizer Weaponizer gimmick, then this guy is definitely for you. You know, like, he's totally like up there in terms of figures you should get. And I think he does look cool. And for a representation of the Rock Lords in my collection, I think he's gonna serve just fine. But unlike some of the other Weaponizer gimmick characters, I don't think I'm really gonna get the other ones. The other ones had like style and class, and like the Fossilizers were neat. And maybe I'm just being too harsh on Magneous, but I think he's just going to be the only Rock Lord I have. Let me know what you think about Magneous in the comments below. Let me know if you have this figure in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Bots Obsession. And if you liked this video, make sure to check out the 2 videos next to this guy, and let me know what you think of those as well.